Chapter 1. The Art of Disguise. Amelia Devlin was a master of deception. At just 28 years old, she had amassed a fortune that rivaled the most influential people in the world. But for Amelia, it was never enough. Greed fueled her insatiable desire for more, and she was willing to go to great lengths to get it. One crisp autumn evening, Amelia found herself in the heart of New York City, gazing at the towering skyscrapers that held the secrets of countless fortunes. She had a plan, a daring scheme that would make her unimaginably rich, and it all revolved around an iconic purple wig. Amelia had spent months meticulously researching her target, a group of wealthy investors who were always on the lookout for the next big thing. They were known for pouring their money into startups that showed promise, and Amelia intended to exploit their hunger for profit. But she couldn't approach them as Amelia Devlin. They knew her reputation and would be wary of any proposal she made. No, she needed a new identity, a persona that would draw them in without arousing suspicion. That's where the purple wig came into play. Amelia had acquired the wig from an underground costume shop known only to those in the darkest corners of the city. When she slipped it on, the transformation was complete. She became Violet, a mysterious and enigmatic figure who had the next big thing in the world of tech. Chapter 2. Infiltrating the circle. With her new identity, Amelia, now Violet, attended exclusive parties and events frequented by the elite investors. She had perfected her backstory, creating a tale of a brilliant inventor who needed their backing to bring a groundbreaking invention to life. The investors were intrigued by Violet's charisma and the allure of her project. Soon, they were hanging on her every word, eagerly offering their millions in exchange for a piece of the future she promised. Violet was ecstatic. Her plan was working flawlessly. Chapter 3. The unthinkable heist. As the investments poured in, Violet's fortune swelled. But she couldn't stop there. Amelia's greed knew no bounds. She decided to execute the ultimate heist, one that would secure her wealth beyond imagination. She would take their money and disappear forever. Amelia began carefully siphoning off the funds she had raised, diverting them into offshore accounts under different identities. She had learned from the best, and her digital footprint remained virtually non-existent. But greed, as it often does, made her reckless. One evening, as Violet celebrated another successful pitch with the investors, she made a critical mistake. She mentioned a secret technology that didn't exist, one she claimed was the linchpin of her project. The investors were captivated by the idea, and they demanded to see it. Chapter 4. The Countdown. Amelia was trapped. She had promised a technology that didn't exist, and her lies were unraveling before her eyes. She had to act quickly if she wanted to save her ill-gotten gains and escape with her life. Desperation led her to a risky solution. She reached out to a brilliant but reclusive hacker known only as Cypher. With a hefty sum of money, she convinced him to create a convincing prototype of the fictitious technology she had described. It was a race against time. The investors were growing impatient. Chapter 5. The final act. As the day of the demonstration neared, Amelia's anxiety reached a fever pitch. The purple wig weighed heavily on her head, a constant reminder of the tangled web she had spun. On the fateful day, she took the stage, her heart pounding in her chest. Cypher's prototype was impressive, and it fooled the investors. They eagerly handed over even more money, believing they were investing in the future. But Amelia knew that her time was running out. She had to disappear before her lies caught up with her. Chapter 6. The Vanishing Act. With the investors' money safely tucked away, Amelia vanished into thin air. She abandoned her Violet persona and retreated to a remote island, far away from the prying eyes of the world. She watched from a distance as the investors realized they had been deceived. Amelia had achieved her goal, amassing a fortune beyond her wildest dreams. But in her solitude, she couldn't escape the guilt that gnawed at her conscience. The price of her deception was the loss of her own identity, the woman she had once been. The Violet deception serves as a cautionary tale of the corrosive power of greed and the lengths one will go to satisfy their insatiable desires. In the end, Amelia Devlin paid a steep price for her treacherous scheme. Left to ponder the emptiness of her ill-gotten wealth in the shadows of her own deception,